So I think it'll be really cool to see how this shakes out.
Yeah, and it looks like we
How about
are
you?
underway. Other than the time setting, this is a open mode seed, defeat Ganon, and it looks like we have a vanilla green pendant Eastern Palace and red crystal in Tower.
Multiple in the world. They went into one of those palaces to on the tree.
Yeah, just a few arrows on that tree pole there, but the crab is giving out bombs, which is handy.
And in the first time, so you notice Crab now has 4 more minutes time than everyone else.
Yeah, that's correct. Each timer gives you 4 minutes, and there is a mail upgrade on top of the Lumberjack Cave, and there's also another armor upgrade inside the Lost Woods. So I don't think we're going to require Aghanim for that reason, at the very least.
Yeah, the utility of whether it might require world access.
Yeah, it is possible that we'll need Aghanim for Dark World access, but we're still pretty early in the season, so we don't have to worry about that just.
Literally uses right. I think turn. See when he puts up blue. So it isn't really influenced to go to solver completely.
We are aware of a few of the audio issues we're having. We are working on that right now. But in the meantime, we have Mr. Scruffy's going down to Blind's Hut as well as Rudolph Fahrenheit, so we'll get our first check down there.
Did not saw in the game, did you?
Oh, and there's the Moon Pearl, and of course the Blue Boomerang. Gotta find that. Other than that, there's a lot of hearts, which is great for safety normally, but this is a one-hit KO timed race. Those hearts aren't going to do any good if they run out of time. And there's the Cane of Samaria in the well as the Power Glove and a sword. Wow, what a stacked well. So that gives them, doesn't quite give them Dark World access, but that is great to see this early on, especially knowing that Lumberjack Cave is not required. Granny's Hut has a clock in it, so that's handy as well. Give them a little extra time. There are, as I said, 25 stopwatches in the item pool. Each one of those gives an additional 4 minutes. And if you do run out of time, you can in fact pick up another clock and leave one-hit KO mode. So that's definitely good to know. As well as there being another one in the tavern. So we've got an average of about 13 minutes per runner of safety. Then after that, all bets are off. Our library item today is another stopwatch. If they find the boots, they might want to go back and get it, but more than likely they're going to try to skip it if possible. And there's nothing in the race game, so we're all moving on. I'm looking at the number of hearts here. There's so many hearts, and it's such a sad thing. Okay, we're getting our first look into the dam area, and there's Dark World access at 5 minutes and 45 seconds in. Actually, yes, yeah, Mr. Scruff has all the items, so yeah, that's it for Aghanim. The hammers found, Dark World access. That is not going to be required this seed. Sorry, everyone. A Lumberjack Cave was a male upgrade, and then they found a second male upgrade in the Lost Woods, so everyone has blue mail at this point. Killer App is going to the back of Escape. I saw Blue Goo and the Ice Rod in the Mini Moldorm Cave, so they don't have to hunt for the Ice Rod if Turtle Rock is acquired. We've only found out where one pendant is so far, so there's going to be 2 pendants in the Dark World, which is pretty good. Ideally, you want to have all 3 in the Dark World, but it is what it is. So let's see. I see the last 2 pendants are Mire and Swamp, and the second red pendant is on Pod. So we're already looking at items that are not potentially required. We can cross the flute off that list, and theoretically the flippers you might be able to get around it. But Hype Cave. What do you think it'll be? Do you think it'll be hype or not? We got Quake, 10 arrows, Bombos, and the hook shot, as well as more time. So that seems like a pretty good Hype Cave to me. Meanwhile, Rudolph Fahrenheit is checking Ice Rod Cave to find another stopwatch. And Killer App is checking out Eastern Palace. We know that this is the green pendant. He can't finish it, and there's one chest that is out of logic, so we'll see if he goes for the dark.
Hello, Captain Capitalism.
Hello.
Oh.
Special thanks to Nilson Alex 92 for helping out with the commentary. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Good. All right. So we are really in the thick of it, and we found a second bottle in Eastern Palace.
This looks like it's been giving us all the items right now.
Yeah, it's been pretty generous so far, even with the time as well. Everyone still has upwards of 12 minutes before they start going into one-hit KO lane. And the book is at the digging game.
Interesting spot for a book today.
Maybe it's just a treasure map today.
I mean, I wouldn't say no to a treasure map.
Oh, and we got a hint that the flippers are in Paradox Cave today. Killer App is undaunted. He's going to go do the dark room without the lamp, so we'll see what is there. Technically, that item will be out of logic.
Looks like Walter will be our first runner up in the village of Outcast.
Yeah, looks like he's splitting out to go that way. Most of the runners have done the Hype Cave check, but Village Outcast is another good one. We know that it is a crystal, so it's a required dungeon, and you can get every item in it, so pretty quick to finish. Mr. Scruff is going down into the escape sequence, while Walter is checking the Village of Outcasts. I did not see what was in the chess game of what.
Chess game didn't have anything. It was 3 bombs and nothing was rupees. More stopwatches at the Sarashala's closet.
Was that a shovel I saw on the bumper cave led?
It sure looked like a shovel today.
Oh, that's going to be taunting the runners. That's for sure.
Well, hopefully that shovel will not be needed.
Yeah, but if anyone finds a cape, they're gonna want to go back there and get that just in case.
There's Killer App's hammer.
Looks like the flute was in Thieves Town as well.
That just opened up the whole Death Mountain.
Yeah, well, at least it puts it in logic, especially with the hook shot. They could get there out of logic by just going through the old man room in the dark, but now it's in logic and don't have to worry about am I sequence break.
Oh yeah, and it's always nice to just skipping out on that dark room as well.
Mr. Scruff already has the tempered sword. 13, almost 14 minutes in. That is great because
Did I read?
Safety's key, but on the other hand, being able to put out a lot of damage, it makes you safer for a lot.
Did you just read that hint in Thieves Town?
No, I missed it. What was it?
I think it said a unique item requires the big red bomb.
Oh boy, that is exciting. So we do know that our red pendants, our red crystals today are Pod and Tower of Hera. Tower of Hera they can get to and fully clear unless it's fire locked. Pod they're gonna need the bow for.
This is going to be pretty interesting depending on what items we have on the big red bomb today.
Of course, it could always just be that single arrow.
And a mushroom. That would be fun. Well, at least more stopwatches inside of Thieves Town.
Yeah, I bet Walther's glad to see that his time where it was starting to get a little low. There's that single arrow. Never mind.
Only because you talked about capitalism.
I know. Oh, we're getting the back of Sasha's closet, and nothing there except for more time.
Yeah, more time is what our runners want to see.
Okay, we got Walther going against Blind. He's doing pretty well on the script so far.
Don't think the old man on the mountain had anything for our runners today.
Yeah, and Walther gets his first crystal at 16 minutes and 32 seconds. And meanwhile, yeah, we have Killer App checking Death Mountain. Technically for him, it's not in logic, but we know that if he dipped into Thieves Town, this would be back in sequence. So he's not breaking anything here, but getting good information, especially a hint. Ice Rod was in Mini Molorn Cave.
But yeah, having early crystals is always nice to have for Walter, and soon to be a Ruolf as well.
Killer App is heading to Paradox Cave right now, which we know that the flippers are in there somewhere.
Have any of our runners been fake flippering at all today?
No, nobody's tried to fake flipper yet. There's those flippers. But yeah, just besides the flippers, just a lot of cash.
A lot of cash perfectly when you find those flippers. There's your Sora money.
Yeah, it is interesting to note that the Zora check doesn't logically require the cash. It just assumes you could farm them up. But it's always nice to have that money. Right now we've got all the runners kind of checking everything that others have already gone through, except for Killer App, who's getting us new information, another bottle on the floating island, and it looks like he's making his way over to the Tower of Hera. Unfortunately, he doesn't have the book, so he won't be able to get the ether tablet.
If that ether tablet got any important item, that could be a massive setback for Killer App, because I don't think he will go and check that out in the first place, for a while at least.
Oh yeah, Mr. Scruff is heading up too. Okay, a unique item is in Blind's hideout. That's great to know. But there's the big key, so Tower of Hera is not fire locked.
That is good for our runners, since we don't have a single fire source yet.
Walther has freed his fast travel, so the whole world is his oyster, right? Oh, another interesting hint. A unique item is with a great fairy. So I believe that could also mean that Waterfall Fairy, or of course the Pyramid Fairy.
Well, I almost think that is actually a waterfall fairy.
We'll have to see. Now that Killer App has the flippers, it's very easy to check that area. So might as well go for it. And we have the feared Moldormvite, but Killer App makes quick work of it.
I do think we have an item in the basement, right?
I believe so. I saw a piece of heart, and I think that was it.
Well, hopefully that won't hurt our runners today.
Now Killer App is finishing off his his Death Mountain checks with Spiral Cave. Unfortunately, no boots, so this will take a little while. Okay, so now there's quite a few places to check, but not a whole lot of dungeons that can be completed.
But I do think Killer App is going to give us all those water checks now. Hobo
Yeah.
and Waterfall Fairy and Sora even.
And yeah, the silver arrows are unique, as a Ritter is mentioning the half magic as well. Interesting. Rudolph is going into desert. Maybe boots locked, but we also know that you do need a fire source to finish it regardless.
I mean, if Rudolph is lucky enough, he will find that fire source in here.
Oh, that's not good. That means that desert is going to be boots locked.
Yeah, this is going to be a double dip for Rudolph today, and there's the big key. An ether tablet just having a piece of heart today.
Killer App checking the waterfall. We just found money and a piece of heart, so that hint saying that a great fairy had a unique item has to point to the pyramid fairy.
It sure looks like it right now.
Oh, there's the mitts though on the Zora ledge.
Well, we do want those mitts.
And Zora just has a bad investment for us.
I mean, it could have been worse. It could have been a single rupee.
But with those mitts, Killer App now has access to most of the world. He hasn't gone into Thieves Town to get the flute yet. I'm starting to wonder, do we need to take a dip into Pendant Mire?
Ugh, Pendant Mire doesn't really sound that fun at all.
Yeah, Mire only has 2 items in it, but we have two medallions already. The Titan's mitts, the hook shot, which will get you in, and the flute. So there are a few checks around that area, but I think that's what the game is trying to tell you to do.
Well, we could also go into Ice Palace if we want to, since we do have bombos.
Where did Mr. Scruff pick up the fire rod?
I have no idea where. I mean, if Scruff has the fire rod, he could go and check out Turtle Rock when he gets those mitts.
Yeah, it looks like Turtle Rock is a Quake today, so everyone should have the medallion for that. And that's a fairly good hint to know. They are aware that the big chest in Swamp Palace doesn't have anything useful.
That's really good news, since Swamp Palace is what is it? It's Pendant Dungeon, right? So we don't want to dip in there today.
Yeah, Swamp Palace is pendant, so the more information they have, the better. Oh, there's the lamp in Hookshot Cave, and the silver
arrows. Oh boy.
But
And
most
our
importantly,
last
a bee. There was also some time, and speaking of time, Walther is at 2.5 minutes until he hits one-hit KO land.
I think I know where Scruff might have found that fire rod. He's our only runner to clear out Hyrule Castle.
Ah, that's a good point. He is the only one, so we probably missed that, but I'm sure some of the other runners will be checking that out soon. In the meanwhile, we do have Walther checking out Spike Cave, going for it right now, while he is not taking one-hit KOs.
Ooh, that clock saved Walter for a while.
Yeah, I think that was well worth it. And looks like we have Killer App going into Ice Palace with the Bombos medallion.
Probably a good choice to do Ice Palace before your timer runs out.
A good hint there too, knowing that Mimic Cave is not going to be required. But yeah, I agree, especially because they're going to want to do that bomb jump, and they're going to want to do the bomb jump when it doesn't kill them.
There's so many stuff here in Ice Palace that can actually kill you, so you don't want to get hurt by anything in here.
We don't 100% know where they got the fire rod, but we believe it was in the escape.
I wonder if Scruff, when he will go up to Sora, if he will, when he gets those mitts, if he will do Turtle Rock.
Yeah, that is fully completable with the items that they have.
Ooh, a unique item in Mystery Mire.
Oh no. I was
you,
afraid that was the case.
I think you might have cursed our runners today.
Very nice bomb jump from Killer App. It's always good to get that out of the way. He still has 11 minutes before his time runs out, but Ice Palace is a scary place.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's one of the dungeons you don't want to do if you're starting to run out of time. And talking about time, Scruff finding another stopwatch to add some minutes to his almost 2 minutes he had before. I think Walter's going to do the same play Killer Rapp's doing right now. He's going to go into Ice Palace. But
Ooh,
he needs to be careful because he only has like less than 2 minutes.
Yeah, he's going to be cutting this one really close. 2 minutes to get the bomb jump and to probably clear out as much as he can. I don't think we've found any stopwatches in Ice Palace yet.
I do not think so. So this is going to be very, I don't know if it's enough to actually be able to pull it off.
In fact, I don't think we found much of anything in Ice Palace as of yet.
Just a lot of rubies. That is what we have found. I think we found, what's it, 100 rupees and 300 rupees?
Yeah, I think it's just been rupees. Oh boy. There's the big key, so there's still a few more chests to check, and of course the boss, but there's not a whole lot of items left in the pool.
Oof, Walter, 50 seconds left to be able to make that bomb jump. And interesting enough, Scruff is going to do the same play as our Killer App and Walter's doing. And that's 450 rupees in total in the Ice Pal, so only rupees in here.
Yeah, that will buy them a lot of potions, but well, potions won't help you when you're gonna die in one.
But Walter managed to pull off that bomb jump before his timer was running out completely. But he's in one-hit KO mode now.
Yeah,
Ooh.
and there he goes. Oof, that's gotta hurt.
Yep, and Walter's out of... He's out. He's not going in there for a while.
That is what I would do in his situation. I am not going to go through Ice Palace when it's all one hit kill.
But the interesting part is now, where do you go if you're Walter in a one-hit KO mode?
I think he has Dark Death Mountain to check. That's not too dangerous of a place. I also know that there's a couple of stopwatches there too. He can check out the Mire Shed and that area. But yeah, it's slim pickings. Killer App is doing a great job on Cold Stare, who is not a fun boss to fight at any point, even with Blue Mail. And he is done with Ice Palace for his key and his crystal.
That's one crystal you can be like, yes, I don't need to do this in one-hit KO mode. And look at that timer, you got a lot of time left.
Walther found a time extension. He's going right back into Ice Palace. He is brave. I gotta give him that.
Yeah, he got a little bit more time this time around, so he should be able to get further into Ice Palace than before. Looks like Rudolph is going to be our first runner to pull off the play with the blacksmith and hammer pigs.
Yeah, that's a pretty good check to do right now. It's pretty safe, especially given that he has less than a minute left before he is in one-hit KO.
Yeah, hopefully we'll find some one or two stopwatches now. And Scruff is almost in one-hit KO, so he needs to be very careful now.
Yeah, less than 20 seconds to go, and he still has quite a bit of the dungeon left to check.
He's going to have to do a cold stare in one-hit KO mode, and that's not a fight you want to do in that mode, at least.
It's not really a fight you want to be doing in any mode.
Well, that is true.
It appears that Killer App is checking Skull Woods, which is... nobody's checked Skull Woods yet, so this is our first look into it.
I think that's a good play to do with, since all those mummies do take a lot of damage, and yeah. But Rudolph finding another stopwatch at the blacksmith.
That is good. Unfortunately, only Mr. Scruff has the fire rod, so Killer App can't actually finish Skull Woods. Would be great if he was able to, because it is a required dungeon.
And Walter going into one-hit KO mode again in just a few seconds.
Yeah, Killer App is running the Sprite, which is probably my favorite one. Green mail is the Sprite can. Blue mail is a different soda can, and red mail is another soda can after that.
Look at Rudolph. He is going into Meyer.
I believe that he got the hint that... Actually, has he been in Ice Palace? I don't think so.
Ooh, Scruff taking a death on Cold Stare.
Ooh, that's a tough one. And he's taking a potion to refill his magic. He's trying again.
He needs to be very careful now.
Yeah, both him and Walther are in a lot of trouble.
I gotta say, it's pretty brave to go back in, straight back in when you do know you're in one-hit KO mode.
Yeah, and here's Walther. He's about to start his Cold Stare fight. He does have Tempered Sword, but not a lot of magic, and he has to kill Cold Stare without taking a single hit.
And this is... oof. Oof. Yeah, those falling ice blocks. They're not nice.
No, that is a really rough one. I'm not gonna lie.
And Walter deciding to, well, I'm not going to spend more time in this dungeon.
Oh, did you see that unique item in Meyer?
What item was that?
It was the boots.
Ooh, gotta go fast. Well, we do want boots because we do need the boots to clear out Desert Palace.
Yeah, that puts Desert Palace fully completable. And honestly, that's a decent dungeon to go to if you are in one-hit KO mode. It's not that dangerous.
Yeah, I would prefer going into Desert Palace before, like, Ice Palace. Straight up, any day.
Oh, yeah, Rudolph doesn't actually have a fire source yet. He hasn't got the Lamp and Hookshot Cave or the Fire Rod. So he can't actually finish Desert Palace yet. But quick check of a few places will get him that access.
And only be oh, okay, so that was a Death Warp from Walter. Okay, that makes sense.
All of our runners right now are in one-hit KO mode. Every single one of them.
Ooh, doing Thieves Town with in one-hit KO mode. That's not pretty.
It looks like Rudolph has left Meyer. He didn't do the cutscene chest, or obviously Vitreous. There's still one item left in there, but he did get the unique item, so odds are that's everything he needs.
Maybe wanting to take the gamble as well, since we do know that there's two unique items on the Pyramid Fairy.
Oh, yeah, and Drossi brings up a good point. He can't actually do the cutscene chest without a fire source.
Oh, yeah.
So he couldn't do it. But Rudolph is getting that library clock. I think that's a good idea just to get him a little bit more time.
I wonder how long it will take for our runners to explore both Hookshot Cave and Escape right now to get that fire source.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know exactly who has the lamp yet. Killer App has the lamp, and Mr. Scruff is the only one with a fire rod. So yeah, there's fire sources are going to be stumping a lot of people.
Alright, Mr. Scruff back at Cold Stare now. Hopefully he has a little bit more luck this time around.
That's one puff down. Liberal use of the fire rod. I think that's pretty reasonable. Yeah, popping out some more magic to get him some more shots, keep himself safe from a distance.
There we go.
That's two
another
puffs
one
down.
There we go.
And that's it. Great job. And with the swag boomerang, he never has to go back to this place again.
But hey, there's Rudolph up at the Dark Death Mountain now. Is going to get the lamp. So we'll be able to clear out Desert Palace later on. Killer App getting their third crystal, finding that stopwatch in the Maiden's chest made that a lot easier to do.
Did Walther get... No, he did not get the boots because that was on the spike chest in Mire.
Yes.
And nobody has any invincibility items. Oh no.
That is a huge problem for our runners today. There you go. That's another topic there. So maybe want to go back at Mire.
I'm sorry, I missed that one again. It looks like Mr. Scruff is going into Skullwoods as well. He can actually finish the entire dungeon. Mothula is not a fun fight to do with one hit KO, but on the other hand, he did just do Cold Stares, so I mean, how hard could it be? Walther is making the pod play. Trying to think of where the bow could be. This is as likely a place as any. I don't know if he has a potion to do the glitch, though. Obviously, the bow won't be behind that, but we'll see.
I mean, the bow could be in the first chest of pod. We have seen it before, so if we're lucky, it's here. Well, we are a little bit of bow locked if we don't know how to do the bottle glitch.
Yeah, that does mean that pod is bow locked. So we do know that there isn't going to be a bow in pod. It's somewhere else. It could be in Skull Woods. It could be Oh boy, I don't know where it could be, but it cannot be in the Pyramid Fairy, since we do know that requires the red crystal, which one of them is Pod. Walther getting a hint that a unique item requires the hammer, which is quite a few spots.
I'm trying to think about which spots that could be. Swamp Palace.
Yeah, it could be Swamp Palace, could be Hammer Pegs, which we know is not a unique item, so it can't be that.
I guess Turtle Rock? No, you don't need that. Well, technically you need
Yeah,
to...
you do need the hammer for Turtle Rock, because you need to get through the pegs. Oh, apparently Turtle Rock does not count. Oh, it's probably because of inverted mode that it doesn't count, because the hints have to have it in logic for all game modes.
Ooh, Scruff so close to finishing out Mothula, but one hit KO mode. You can't take a hit from the spikes.
Looks like he's gonna try it again, though. He's going in. It's not an easy fight. Tempered Sword gives him a good shot, though.
I like that Scruff is really stubborn with this.
Yeah, I think part of this mode is you have to be a little bit stubborn, because you're gonna run out of time. It's almost impossible not to, unless you get really crazy luck. But then you just don't have any key items, so you can't get anywhere.
Ooh,
Oh, and there's the Fire Rod. It's in the
Yeah.
Dark Cross.
So Rudolph is our only runner with both fire sources.
Yeah, and an interesting thing about that, it does mean that the Fire Rod was lamp locked. So, oh, as Mr. Scruff takes another death on Mothula. Looks like Rudolph is going in to finish off Desert Palace. We know that he can finish it with all the fire sources he has and the boots. So there's 2 items to find in there. Don't know what we'll find. Could be the bow, could be more time.
And also we have a mushroom instead of pod. Not that the mushroom will lead our runners to with bow, because bow locked pod.
Yeah. Right now, an item that none of the runners want to find is the mirror. They don't want that to appear at all at this run. It doesn't appear that there was anything in the dark chests in Pod. I didn't see anything, and I didn't see anything in his inventory either.
The only item that was in there was the mushroom, so yeah. Not really item you want.
And Scruff is going in for round 3. Moth. Not only do you have to avoid all the spikes and Mothula, you also have to be careful about how you hit Mothula, because he doesn't take damage if he hits the spike.
This is very... There we go. Scruff takes Mothula down.
I gotta say, he is earning every single one of his crystals.
Yeah, he doesn't make it easy for himself, but he's pulling it off.
Rudolph found the bombs off of Trinex, but he did not check the right side of Desert yet, so the other item has got to be in there. Killer App just found my favorite joke hint tile. It's just
walk
so
away.
applicable. Every single time you find it, you're probably better off just walking away at that point.
Alright, so... Where is that bow right now?
It could be in the King's Tomb. That's an area that nobody's checked. I don't think we've gotten any hints for Graveyard Ledge, so it could be up there as well. Oh, we can't check Graveyard Ledge. No mirror. Could be in King's Tomb. Oh, Rudolph went to King's Tomb. So
Yes,
it could be in Turtle Rock.
I mean, vanilla on the laser bridge.
Yeah, I mean that's its normal location. It's Laser Bridge.
Well, the mushroom was actually leading Walter to something very useful. It gives him another stopwatch, so that buys him a little bit more of time.
Yeah, I think besides Go Mode items, stopwatches are their best bet right now. And Rudolph is going into Ice Palace with 2.5 minutes left on his clock, and we know he's not going to find any more in there.
I mean, he still needs to finish off Ice Palace, so... Yeah, well, I guess for Rudolph it's Ice Palace or Turtle Rock, so... Might just want to keep Turtle Rock for later.
I think that given the chest density, though, Turtle Rock is probably a better play. Yeah, it's a bigger dungeon, but there's a lot of items in there. And honestly, the bow is probably in there, given what we know. The runners don't have all that information, though.
But at the same time, our runners doesn't have any invincibility items, so do you want to do Turtle Rock with possible an item on the laser bridge if you're in OHKO mode?
That is a good point. Okay, Rudolph does get the bomb jump. He has enough time for that, so that's good. Ooh, and Killer App takes a hit from an Armos there. Ooh, that's a rough one, but thankfully Desert Palace isn't too huge. It won't take him too long to get back there. Beamos, Armos, same thing, right?
I'm feeling bad for our runners right now.
Ooh, Rudolph takes a death there too. This is it's definitely it's got to be testing in everyone's patience to kind of go through this right now. But I gotta say, no one's giving up. They're doing their best. We had Mr. Scruff doing 3 attempts on Macula while getting 1 hit KO'd. We have Walther going into Ice Palace a bunch of times to try to kill Cold Stare. It's just all the runners are doing a great job.
Oh, they're doing a fantastic job. I'm impressed by them. They have their patience is like unbelievable. But that's crystal number 4 for Killer App, so he doesn't need to go into Desert Palace anymore.
Is this the first Agina check we've had? I don't know.
I think Walter did one earlier, but I don't think he picked up anything useful. Maybe a clock.
Honestly, a clock is pretty useful.
Well, yeah, actually, when you think about it. Ooh, Walter is checking the first chest in Turok.
If this is a key, he can go a little bit further in, but not having that fire rod is really hurting him here. Okay, he can go a little further.
Gets another small key. So can go even further in Turok right now.
Yeah. So if the bow is on Laser Bridge, there has to be a cape or Cane of Burna or 2 shields in order to make that in logic. I do know that there are, in fact, 2 shields that we know the locations of. One is in, I believe, Sahasra's closet, and the other was in Hammer Pegs, but we still need to find a 3rd shield.
Ooh, Rudolph taking a death in Ice Palace again. But there's the Turok adventure over for Walter, just finding 10 arrows on the lava chest.
Yeah, and it could be that there's something he needed on the right side where he could have gotten that fire rod. It looks like Killer App is doing the escape sequence right now, so he'll get his fire rod, and I wonder if that'll make him go to Turtle Rock as well.
Do you want to go to Turok if you only have like less than a minute? You will be in OHKO mode when you reach Turok.
Yeah, I think the problem is that you're not going to have a whole lot of choice. But I like what Walther's doing. This is great. He didn't get to check the spike room chest in Meyer before because he was in one hit KO. But now he can actually go in and check it. He has time, and he's going to be richly rewarded for this because that's where the boots are.
Might be a little bit upset that he couldn't get those boots earlier.
Yeah, I think he's forgotten about escape, unfortunately, and so this is one of the few checks he might have left. And yes, he did get the hint for a unique item in Misery Mire, and there it is for him. So he's got that. It could still be that there's another unique item on Vitreous, but let's hope not.
Yeah, I don't think any of our runners will go to Vitreous today, unless we really need to.
I think that there was a second item in the yeah, both items were found in Mire, so there isn't any item on Vitreous.
That's a good player from Scruff going into Mire. He will be able to get that chest real fast and get those boots.
Meanwhile, we have Rudolph still pretty methodically going through Ice Palace right now. He was in one-hit KO mode, so he had to go the non-bomb jump route. And you just see, you got to be careful and cautious. Just take your time. This is a race, but dying does set you back quite a bit.
Yeah, especially when you're in a dungeon like Ice Palace. You don't want to die in Ice Palace when you're so close to Cold Stare or something like that.
Oh yeah, and in chat, it is a good point. Hype Cave was retroactively even better because it had both medallions for Mire and Turtle Rock, which are required this seed. So extra bonus.
What did was it only medallions or was there more items in Hype Cave? Because I missed out a little.
There was a clock or two in there as well.
Then it was definitely hype today.
Oh yeah, and the hook shot.
Is Walter going to go and do Vitreous? Did we really find all the items?
I thought we found all the items. If he menus, we'll see. It looks like Walter is going for the special one hit. Oh no.
Yeah, he's not going back to Vitreous.
I'm thinking, I don't think that the pedestal is required. Right now, we're looking for the bow.
And bow can't be unpaired today. Sorry, guys.
Right. Actually, the bow is our go mode item. So while we do know there are two unique items in the pyramid, it may not be required at all.
I mean, the thing we could get would probably be a mirror, maybe, since we haven't found the mirror yet.
Oh no, they don't want to find the mirror because then they have to go to Swamp Palace.
Well, I was thinking more like on. Well, it depends on if we do need a bow, so either way we can't really if they would get the mirror inside the pyramid fairy, it wouldn't check it either way. So
Yeah, but pod is another red crystal, so they need the bow for that. So
And-
the bow can't be
yeah.
in pyramid, and nothing leading to the bow can be in the pyramid.
So I don't think we will see what's in there at all.
Yeah, the bow could theoretically be blocked by the shovel. Like if the cape is in Turtle Rock,
Ooh.
and then they go through and they get the shovel on Bumper Ledge, and then get the bow on the dig spot. That is possible.
Oof. That's disgusting. Just think about it. And Rudolph, unfortunately, taking another death in here in Ice Palace.
Yeah, this is a rough one. Having Ice Palace be a required dungeon is not fun.
But hey, for Killer App, 5 crystals. Needs to find that bow somewhere.
Yeah, I think for him the play is now Turtle Rock. That's really the only spot he has left.
Yeah, for him it's going to be a mirror inside. Well, not mirror. Well, bow inside. Turtle Rock. Or otherwise, we might have to get that mirror after all and check out the Swamp Battles today. But we don't want that.
And it does look like Killer App is going to Turtle Rock.
Oof.
Unfortunately, he's out of time.
Yeah, this is not going to be pretty. Oh yeah, like the chat is pointing out right now. We need to be careful with Turtle Rock. We need the Fire Rod room.
Exactly, they're gonna have to go the slow route with that one because they can't afford to take that fall.
Have Killer App been into Pod at all?
No, I believe the only person who's been inside Pod has been Walther, and he did some of it with the potion glitch, but yeah, there's only the one check in Pod that he can actually get to without the bow.
Do you remember where the big key was?
The Pod big key was the first chest in Pod.
Oh yeah. Okay, so they only need a small key when they find the bow.
And Killer App does remember to take the long route, but now he's got to get past all these rollers without taking a hit.
Ooh, that was close. Where there's powder and big key.
This is great. They'll be able to turn all those anti-fairies to fairies. It'll be very helpful for them.
if they only had the bug net.
Yeah, actually, being able to catch fairies would be very useful. But yeah, that does unlock the magic bat, so that is a fetch quest item, which could have the bow. That could be the bow.
I mean, it could have cape as well if we're really unlucky.
At this point, I suspect that the bug net is probably in the pyramid. That's the most likely location for it. Oof! Killer App took a hit there.
Yeah, I don't think that was intentional.
No, I think he got out of the boost and took a hit from the guy right.
Gotta say that I like the commitment from Rudolph. He really wants to clear out Ice Palace.
That is a good question, Star Wars. It's very likely that he forgot about escape, so I don't know. Unfortunately, hopefully he'll remember soon and go there. He's going to run out of checks otherwise because that fire rod is keeping him out of a lot of locations. And the lumberjack ledge was a mail upgrade.
I honestly think that Walter might be out of locations right now, and he's just like trying to remember where he haven't been at. Oh well, there's purple chest. Don't think we have seen purple chest, right?
No, we have not seen purple chest as of yet. So this is a new information.
And the big chest of Turret Rock coming up. Small key. So we don't have any invincibility for Laser Bridge, and Laser Bridge is coming up pretty soon.
Yeah, this is the last check before Laser Bridge. So it's possible that the powder leads to the cape. Yeah, the powder has to lead to the cape, which then leads to Laser Bridge, which leads on further.
Disgusting seed right now.
Yeah, I mean, even if this wasn't a one-hit KO seed, it was, oh boy, this room is so dangerous. But yeah, even if this wasn't a one-hit KO seed, this would still be just sickening.
Alright, let's cross our fingers now for Rudolph that he will have an easier fight with Cold Stare.
Oh no, both Rudolph
curse.
and Killer App take a death. Both of them pretty late in the dungeons.
Well, for Killer App, he at least got that save point.
Yeah, so Killer App, the only checks left for him is Laser Bridge. I don't know how he's going to do that in one-hit KO mode without any invincibility items or fairies.
dash. Well, he could probably dash through, right?
Yeah, there
Dash
is
threats?
the way. Oh, there is the dash. That is possible. It's still difficult not to take a hit, though.
Yeah, I think Walter completely, like you're saying, I think Walter might have just forgot about the escape, like overall, since he's doing Eastern right now.
All right, Killer App is going for it because he's going to the safety room, and no, I don't think we actually have seen catfish. Nobody's checked that area yet, so it could be.
Ooh, he makes the first chest.
That's almost insulting, isn't it?
Getting a hard container. Ooh, 50 rupees.
All right, so we do know there's also going to be a key there as well. So there's only one more item left on Laser Bridge.
Oh my god, another hard container, really, game?
Yeah, and it's not the bow. The bow is not in Turtle Rock.
I mean, the bow could... Did we get all the dungeon items? Because otherwise
Actually,
it
no.
could be on Trinex.
Yeah, I haven't counted out. Yeah, it could be that there is a
Oh
item
no,
on Trinex.
it's just the compass on the Trinex.
Oh no.
Where's our bow? Is powder leading the bow on this seed, or what's up?
Well, yeah, the bow could be a catfish, but it could also be the powder leads to bow. Yeah, it could be that the powder gives us the bow, or the powder could give us a worse option, the cape, which leads to the shovel, which leads to the bow.
Oh my god. Or maybe just get the mirror from the powder we need to go into Swamp Palace.
Oh no. You know, people sometimes say, "Hey, you know, ped seeds are the worst." No, this is in my opinion the worst case scenario, where that one item requires this convoluted sequence to get.
I can tell you that much, that I'm happy that I'm not running this one.
Killer App did a fantastic job on Trinex, by the way. That's his 6th crystal. All he needs is the bow, and he can go into Ganon's Tower, which probably has more than a few stopwatches in it.
Alright, so where is Killer App going now?
Oh, we've got Mr. Scruff checking the catfish, and it's bombs.
Oh boy, I think that powder is going to give what we need. Something is going to lead somewhere.
I think that's it. The powder is the only item, or only check we don't have at this point.
And yes, Walter have completely forgot escape. He went up Tower Pharaoh checking out the last item, and he's like a catfish as well. At least we got a clock on the pyramid ledge.
Yeah, I mean, at this point in the run, it might actually be better to just leave that there. But it looks like,
fight.
Yeah, for the Ganon fight. But it looks like Killer App is going into Pod now to see what the first check has. So it is helpful to get to Pod.
come on, Rudolph. You only got one more puff from... Oh, there we go. Rudolph finally gets out from Ice Pals. Honestly, that's a GG for Rudolph.
Yeah, it's everyone give him kudos because he has been just tenacious in Ice Palace. Congrats, man.
Well, looks like Scruff is going to get his silver arrows and his lamp because he's heading up to Turtle Rock, I guess.
Yeah, and it's a good idea to go through Turtle Rock while he can too. I mean, we do know that the powder's there, and it probably leads to something. He's doing pretty good on time right now too, because he's going to get another 8 minutes, I believe, or another 4 minutes at least.
It's going to be able to clear out pretty much. Well, he can do the fast way around in that fire side locked room.
Yeah, he'll be able to go the fast route. He won't have to be as careful in all the rooms. He's got so much health right now and blue mail that Turtle Rock shouldn't be as big of a problem. Oh, Killer App's checking the turtle, the bat right now.
We don't want mirror here. We don't want it.
And the magic bat today has cursed us with... Oh no,
what?
Arrows. What?
Wait, what? Have we missed something obvious?
We have to have.
Oh, Walter's heading back. Well, Walter's heading back into Mire. Did we get all the items in Mire?
I thought we did get both items in Mire, but maybe we didn't. It could be that Vitreous has an item.
Could that be the bow?
Considering we thought that the magic bat was the last possible check, it has to be. We did check the mushroom. The mushroom was actually bow locked, so it couldn't have the bow anyways.
And Killer App is going back into... We are definitely missing out on an item in Mire right now. What a brutal seed for our runners today.
You know, there's one spot that nobody's checked. The Bombos pendant tablet.
Well, we can't reach that because mirror.
Oh, so... yeah. We're not in inverted mode, are we?
Unless it's mirror inside of Mire, so...
Yeah, Ether Tablet was a piece of heart. Spike Cave had a clock in it.
Ooh, it's going to be Viddy one-hit KO mode for Killer App.
Bunkrox was a piece of heart as well as King's Tomb.
Alright, Viddy. What are you hiding for us? Is it bow? Is it mirror? Or is it cape?
Walther having the time, he's able to do the damage boost to get Viddy his eyeballs. So that's pretty lucky.
Okay, moment of truth. Oh, and Killer App takes it in. Oh, it's the bow! Bow is a Vitreous!
Oh no, man, so we were wrong. That bow, there was 2 unique items in Mire. I remember a while back saying, there's probably not 2 unique items in Mire. And oh boy.
Oh boy. But Walter is in a bit of trouble. He needs that fire rod. And since he picked up that bow, he's not going back for a while to have a castle.
Yeah, but if he still has to do Ice Palace as well.
Oh,
So that's
yeah.
going to be a rough one.
And then he needs to deter Rock, and I don't know if... Well, he might pick up some extra clocks now.
He has checked most of Pod, not all of Pod, but most of it. I don't think he did the Dark Maze. So there's 3 items there. Well, 3 checks at least.
I think Walter actually did the Dark Maze, so he only has King Helmasaur left. I think so, at least.
Oh yeah, because he potion glitched, so he had enough keys for everything. So yeah, he's just got Helmasaur. So he'll clear out Pod, and I wonder he might go to the Pyramid Fairy because he knows there's 2 unique items there. He doesn't know that the Fire Rod isn't there.
But he can't go to Pyramid. Well, okay. Oh yeah. Wait. We can. Okay. Sorry. Well, at least we'll know where. Well, maybe we'll pick up the Bugnet.
And the Bugnet isn't bad. I would be okay with getting the Bugnet with 3 bottles.
Yeah, but this late. Like, I feel like that's like the seed is just rub it in your face. Like, come on. Okay, so Kirab will be able to damage boost during Vidi.
Yeah, it's gonna be a close one though.
So he will
does
be in
have
go
enough time
mode.
there.
So Kirab will be in go mode in just a few seconds. And he only got Pod left.
That dodge on the laser bolt there was pretty good.
Yeah, our runners is just showing off all the moves today. Okay, Kirab is in go mode, 1 hour 34 minutes and 19 seconds.
Yeah, and he is our first runner in go mode. Also, Walther did finish off Helmasaur King, so he's got 4 crystals right now, and all he needs is the Fire Rod, which is an escape.
Alright, moment of truth. Walter is going to give us the Pyramid Fairy.
Yeah, we got a hint very early on in the seed, for those of you who have just joined us, that a unique item and a unique item were in the required a big red bomb. So Walther doesn't know that the Fire Rod is in escape. He's betting it on this. No, clocks are not unique items. And, oh boy, yeah, the mirror could easily be in there too. Oh boy.
And if the mirror is in here, that's going to put Walter even more, like, he won't go to Eastern yet.
We
And not
do
Eastern,
know that the...
Escape.
Yeah, we do know that the big chest in Swamp Palace is dead, so at least that's one less check. But we didn't hear anything about left side swamp.
But yeah, Hitsuyan in chat right now, he actually said a really good thing. If it's mirror in here, he can just mirror to the castle and get his fire rod. Well, Red Boomerang Cape. So
I mean, at least it
that
doesn't send him on too many goose chases.
well, that will send him to the shovel. Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, it is out of the way, but it's less out of the way than Mirror.
Yeah, but let's say the mirror is on the shovel spot.
Yeah, okay. That's true.
Like,
Meanwhile, we have Mr. Scruff. He's fighting Trinex right now. So he has plenty of time on his clock, so it should be an okay fight.
Gotta say, the stun price today is real nice to our runners. It's a full magic refill.
Yeah, that's one of the nicer ones that you can find.
Beautiful fight from Mr. Scruff on Trinex.
Yeah, that gets him his 6th crystal. He's pretty close. All he has to do is go down to Meyer, and he's in go mode as well.
And he got plenty of time to go down. Well, yeah, he actually got plenty of time. But Killer Rap is one-hit KO mode. King Helmazar could be a tricky one.
Well, if he can get his helmet off, then or his mask off, it's just one silver arrow.
Ooh, we don't want that to happen though. There we go. Okay, Shovel Spot is giving us...
Oh, and Killer App finished off Helmasaur King. Oh, that's a swag.
oh my god.
Shovel. And at 1 hour, 38 minutes, and 51 seconds, Killer App has all 7 of his crystals. So I gotta ask you, what chest do you think that big key is in?
Well, yeah, that's a good question. Tile room, like I normally guess. So, what's your thought? Where do you think it will be?
I always like it when it's on the torch. Easy to get to. All the runners have the boots, so they can just grab it. But in this mode, they might want it to be later on because that gives them more time to find stopwatches, which Gannis Tower probably has a couple. Also, that was a slight mistake from Killer App. Accidentally jumped off the bridge.
Alright, so Walter is doing... He's going to clear out Eastern Palace. So I don't think... Well, it's a green pendant, so there might be an item, and I'm really worried about us finding the mirror right now. So we haven't seen it at all, and we have been to pretty much all the dungeons. This must be mirror, right?
Mirror could be in Ganon's Tower.
That would be a huge save for Walter. All right, green pen for Walter.
All right, Killer App is going into the tower, so we're gonna find out what we have in here very shortly.
Well, for Killer App, I think he wants to see at least 1 or 2 clocks here really early on.
Yeah, Walther keeps dodging those bullets in regards to not finding the mirror.
Was that was the mirror inside GT?
Yep, okay, so he's safe there.
So, we will not see Ice Palace today. Not Ice, Swamp Palace, though.
Yeah, so yeah, that's definitely good.
But that's going to save Walter, because after Ice Palace he has nothing more to do. Like,
Yeah, it's just a matter of remembering that escape exists. Which is, because this is an open mode seed, it's a lot harder to remember that escape is a thing you can go to than if it was standard mode.
and unfortunately for Walter, he's going back into Ice Palace, and guess what? He's in one-hit KO mode again.
And we haven't found any stopwatches yet in Ganon's Tower, but we did find the bug net. So catching some fairies isn't a bad idea, just in case.
And Rudolph takes down dear old Mothula.
Yeah, that's his 5th crystal. We've got Mr. Scruff working on Vitreous right now, although he is very short on time.
He gets the first face down with the small eyeball, so it should be okay, I think.
Yep, he did it, so he is going to be in go mode right now, too. Searcher, I don't know exactly, but I'm pretty sure it's just like rupees that were removed for clocks. There's a lot of spare rupees in the pool.
Yeah, we haven't really seen a lot of big 20s this seed, so I think there's a lot of big 20s just gone. Alright, so Walter did miss out on some of the items in here in Ice Palace.
Alright, looks like Killer App is going to the Ice Armos right now. We still have not found that big key yet.
Look at that rupee count on Killer App. Ooh, Walter taking a death before going to Cold Stare. Yikes.
And Killer App found the big key. It wasn't quite vanilla, but it was in that room. So he is going up to Ganon. He has, well, Aga 2, he has 5.5 minutes left on his clock. So hopefully can make it up there.
Wants a smooth gauntlet now.
Yeah, and it looks like 16 was the number, the magic number today. Yeah, if there's one spot in this game you'd want to have some extra time for, it would definitely be the gauntlet. Look at this room. Look at this room. Look at it. Great job on the second Landmo fight there. Moving up. Still plenty of time. Also, thank you everyone for looking at that room.
It's quite interesting right now. We have got 3 runners in one-hit KO mode. And we have Killer Hap climbing GT, almost done with GT, with 3 minutes left.
Yeah, and the only reason he has that time is, again, because of Ganon's Tower. Just had a couple of stopwatches in it. Probably, if I was him, I would check the chest at the top of Ganon's Tower too, just on the off chance that there is an extra stopwatch in.
Yeah, I think he might do it, to be honest. Three bombs and a piece of heart. Alright, so Walter made it to Cold Stare. Hopefully he won't have a rough time with him. And that's, well, hopefully the last chest in after Troll or Mirror will have a clock. And Troll goes down, and Walter had to leave.
Oh, is he going up? Yeah, he's going to the castle.
For it. Wow, he hasn't even checked the uncle.
Also, the blue cane was in the validation chest. There's that invincibility item. Well, the second one. We already found the cape.
The logic they see for with all those stuff, like that's just crazy. Like honestly.
Yeah, so far, Killer App has done pretty well. Yep, down with Aga 2. He did get a nice triple in there.
Very nicely done.
And he does have, I mean, the cutscene plays while the timer goes down, but he does have a few seconds on the clock for Ganon. Hopefully he can use those.
But Mr. Scruff going up now to GT as well. It's not that far behind of Killer App, so Scruff has done it really well. Killer App trying to get in as many hits as possible. Going to have to be careful here.
Oh no, he's in one-hit KO mode, and he's stuck in the corner.
Well, he got the blue cane out. And he's not afraid to use it.
Yeah, unfortunately I don't think he has any magic refills, but he is in phase 3, so that is good.
Good thing that he checked that last chest, so he could pick up that blue cane.
Yeah.
That's 1 arrow down. Didn't get the torch glitch.
Yeah, he misses that, but he has 3 hits to go.
When he got Gan in a real good position here. Ooh, almost triple.
And he does it! There we go. He just has to cross a simple bridge, and he is done.
Get your GGs in chat for Killer App. Going to finish as #1 on the restream.
And there we have it. Killer App finished with a SRL time of 1 hour, 52 minutes, and 46 seconds. That is second place. Our first place was Zirtanul with a time of 1 hour, 52 minutes, and 12 seconds. That is a...
And we are also joined by Killer App. GGs.
GG. Thanks, guys.
So, did you have fun?
I actually did have fun. I knew this was like really bad. Like we had no safeties, and it seemed like we're running out of clocks. And of course, the go mode. Ugh.
So I gotta ask, did you know that Vitreous had an item, and you just didn't want to go down there?
It's what I've had this happen before. I've gotten a hint that a unique item is somewhere, and I've gotten the boots at that place and thought that was the hint. And then I got the boots. I thought, well, I'll go see if there's second item. Of course, second item was at Vitreous. So I'm like, well, I'm in one hit knockout, so I'll just go check elsewhere. And then I was down to a couple spots. I'm like, that hint was probably for the bow. So yeah, it was rough.
Yeah, we all were trying to figure out where the bow was. We did not realize that Vidi had another item, so that was really something.
Yeah.
Other than that, though, you did pretty good. I mean, you did end up with a little bit of time to spare, even. Well, you did run out on Ganon, but still, were you considering going to check more chests in Ganon's tower just to get more time on the clock, or you're just like, I'm just gonna finish
When I
this
got
off?
the big key, I knew I had enough time to at least get to pass to Aga 2. I didn't know about the Ganon fight, but luckily I came across a couple came across the burn on validation chest, which was sort of silly.
Yeah, the cape was in the pyramid. That's where the other invincibility item was.
Okay. Yeah, I knew there were 2 unique items, but I figured one was probably the cape, since it couldn't have been the bow.
Yeah, that hint was pretty nasty. Just knowing that there was a invincibility item. There were 2 unique items in the pyramid, and not needing either of them. Yeah,
and I was sort of upset too, because there was also a hint that what the unique item at a Great Ferry. There wasn't anything at the Waterfall Ferry. At least the Titan Mitts were there to make that trip worthwhile.
Yeah, definitely. You ended, I think, with the most amount of rupees I've ever seen in a run.
Yeah, definitely. Well, we started out really poor. Like, I had to farm a couple of times in the Blind's Hut. But, yeah, when you knock out, you're not really looking at keeping stocked on potions or using them because there's no point.
And it looks like nobody actually checked pedestal, but it was just explosions.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was really something. I think most of the clocks in the end there were in Ganon's tower. Everyone's in one-hit kill mode for,
I can
for
imagine.
most of the run.
I can imagine. That was pretty rough. That's why I did Ice Palace really early. I had the time. I'm only on Master Sword, but I can full clear it, get it out of the way before I have to deal with it. Impossible one-hit knockout mode.
Yeah, and I think that was one of the things that gave you an early lead, because a lot of people spent quite a bit of time in Ice Palace. It's such a difficult dungeon, not just the boss, just the whole dungeon itself. And I do have an update. We had Ravis 10, who finished in 3rd place with a time of 1 hour, 54 minutes, and 26 seconds. And he's in chat now. Congratulations.
Yeah, GG's to Ravis. So, Kirap,
And,
what did you think about this whole shenanigans? Otherwise,
I've only played one-hit knockout maybe once or twice, but yeah, if you definitely wanted a experience of what it's all like, this is definitely the seed to have it. Because you definitely have to deal with it.
yeah,
Without
I don't
the
think
safeties
this.
and not too many clocks towards the end there.
No, I don't think the seed gave you any really any relief other than the early Dark World access. I think that was it.
Yeah, because Mirren being in GT didn't give
Yeah,
us
I guess that was the
a lot.
other good thing. You didn't have to worry about going to Swamp Palace at all.
Well, I was worried someone was going to be like at Ether Tablet or at Hera Basement because I couldn't do it at the time because I didn't have the lamp.
Yeah, there wasn't. I don't think it was anything important that was in how. Well, obviously it wasn't anything important, but I don't think it was anything even good. We have Mr. Scruff right now is making his way up Ganon's tower. He's made his way all the way to the Landmo fight, and he is using that bug net to gather up a few safety fairies, which not a bad idea.
Yeah, I didn't even think about grabbing fairies. I'm not sure if I had the bug net. If I did, I didn't mark it.
It looked like you got it in Ganon's tower, so pretty late in the lead.
looks like Walter is trying to do everything to find some more clocks here, but I think he has found all of them that he could actually use.
Yeah, I think the remaining clocks are in Ganon's tower or Swamp Palace at this point.
Yeah, as far as execution, I thought I did okay. There's a couple dumb deaths in Turtle Rock that were sort of dumb, but otherwise I thought played well. I think all I didn't check was that place the Ether in the Hair Basement. I don't think I checked Catfish. I was gonna check Purple Chest too when I checked Ice Rod Cave for like item and clock, because I wasn't gonna go toward Vitreous again with only one hit knockout if I could.
Yeah, I mean, I think, were you in one hit mode? I think you were in one hit mode when you got to Vitreous, which is
My
horrifying.
first visit, yeah. I died. I mean, like instantly. My second time I had enough time to do it.
Okay, we have Mr. Scruff is just about to Moldorm 2. He has a minute and a half left on his clock. I don't know if he's... Oh, fell to
Oops.
Moldorm, unfortunately. I don't know if he's been to the pyramid and gotten that clock there. If he hasn't, that might be good to snatch up before he goes into Ganon.
I think Scruff did because he checked Catfish first. But he gets his blue cane.
Okay, Mr. Scruff is in Aga. Let's see how this goes, the geometry test. I don't know if that was a triple. I think that might have only counted as a double, but that was a good one regardless.
That was a triple for sure, though.
No, it looks like it was only a double counted by the game. But he's done with Aga, so now he has... Yeah, so now he's just got the Ganon fight, but he's out of time, so he's got to be careful. Luckily, he has that cane.
Hey, Scruff enters the Ganon fight right now. Walter's inside Turtle Rock.
Oh yeah, he does have a couple of fairies to keep him alive, so he does get a couple extra tries at this. Okay, he's made it to phase 2. Gotta be careful, but he's got the blue cane out now. Okay, and we're in phase 3, and he just topped off his magic, so as long as he doesn't get hit, he should be fine. It's looking good, so let's keep up the good vibes for him.
And we don't want to curse him with the commentators. Oh, the commentators curse. Right, last phase again.
Oh no!
Oh well, he did have another fairy though.
Yeah, he gets a torch glitch, and he did get a 1 arrow, 2 arrows in him so far.
That's his third arrow. And get your GGs in chat from Mr. Scruff Ninja 2. Now he finished off Ganon.
Yeah, Mr. Scruff Ninja Tuna finishing in 4th place with a time of 2 hours, 5 minutes, and 23 seconds. Definitely GG.
We are joined by Mr. Scruff. GG's.
GG. Holy cow.
So, did you have fun?
Oh yeah. I love dying repeatedly to cold stare in the silliest of ways and climbing Death Mountain and dead rocks.
What did you know that Misery Mire Vidi had that last item, or did because we had actually all made a mistake and thought that both items were found in Mire, so we didn't think that the bow could be in there.
No, I knew that Vidi had the last item, and I had an inkling that it was going to be a unique item because I found the boots earlier, but I had just run out of time, I didn't have the lamp, and I was not confident enough to not get hit doing the dark rooms. So I was like, you know what? Let's take a gamble. Screw it. Let's go ahead and find Bo elsewhere. And then when I found that the first chest and pod was the big key, I was like, well, crap.
Yeah, that this seed was not very forgiving. It really wasn't.
Not at all. And I felt that I did good enough routing at the time for Ice Palace. I was hoping to dear God that I would have found some time before the Cold Stare fight, so I didn't have to make that long trek back. But unfortunately,
Yeah.
it wasn't kind.
Yeah, unfortunately, it just turned out that Ice Palace had nothing but cash, so there was no time to be found in there. Pretty much all of the runners have run out of time at this point. They're just kind of going by what little scraps they have. Just one hit KO mode for most of the seed.
Oh yeah, the beginning of the seed was so teasing too, because it gave you so much time. I think I had about 45 minutes at the beginning of the seed, so I was like, I'm good. Let's go ahead and do all the easy checks, get all my good items. That was such a bad decision.
I gotta give it to you, Scruff, that you really you were really stubborn with both. I think it was Cold Stare and was it Mothula as well?
Oh yeah, Mothula. I was so glad that the stun prize was a full magic refill. Holy cow. I think I died like 4 times to Mothula because of the dang shifting of the map. Cold Stare got me that one time, but that long trek back. And the sad part is you can't bomb jump in one-hit KO mode, so I was really upset that I didn't bother to get the big key in that last chest either.
But hey, you pulled through and you did finish the seed, so that's a massive GG.
Oh yeah, I mean it was fun. I enjoy the one-hit KOs. It's entertaining to say the least. And I was honestly surprised to see such an early finish, because I'm not one for bragging about being good or anything, but seeing a 152 in SRL was actually pretty nice. So gotta give props to first place there. That was awesome.
Yeah, I think in the end it just came down to Ice was done a little bit earlier, with a little bit more time, and it just comes down to tiny things like that. But honestly, the fact that there's only this short gap between you and first place, it's especially I really have to admire just the tenacity that you were going at it. Like I would have gotten frustrated, but it looked like you just did it. You're like, I'm just gonna put my nose down to the grindstone and get this guy dead.
Oh yeah, I was not gonna pass it up. I knew I could get it, I just had to be really safe about it. But yeah, I was so happy to see that time climbing up Ganon's tower too. That was a godsend.
Yeah. Did you consider going to any more chests? I mean, you did find 8 minutes, but once you found the big key, where you're like, well, maybe I'll do right side as well, just to see if there's any more time.
Nah, I figured 8 minutes was more than enough to make the climb safely. I figured if I got a couple of backup fairies for the Ganon fight, I would have been fine, and I'm glad I did, because that saved me.
Yeah. Yeah. Those fairies came in very handy.
Yeah, that's the new F. It's no longer, for specs, it's for fairy.
This is the first mode that the bug net is something you want to find really early. I mean, everyone
Right.
always wants the bug net, right? But you really want it in this.
I was so happy to see that too, and I was like, oh my god, trolley location for the mirror, going through all this time. And that's actually what I was kind of going through my head. I was like, alright, I saw the hint, about the 2 unique items in Pyramid Fairy, thinking, alright, it's not going to be the bow, since we have Pod as one of the 5/6. Pedestal is out because of Eastern Palace, so where is that bow going to be? And I was sitting, maybe it's going to be the net. I really need a backup, but I don't think I should do it.
Yeah, the pyramid had the red boomerang and the cape.
Ah, okay. That was the other thing that I was so happy to not see, and I'm glad I found time for it too, but seeing Spike Cave with no items, I was like, oh man, if Bo is there, it's gonna be such an evil location.
Yeah, Spike Cave had a clock.
Yep. Which was kind of funny, since I got the 4 minutes, was like, hey, let's go do Spike Cave. Found another 4 minutes, and it's like, alright, let's just do Turtle Rock, we're here.
It really is. It's almost ironic having that clock in Spike Cave because you're like, all right, fine.
Right? Especially if anyone like ended up doing that after Pyramid Fairy. And it'd be like, hey, you just wasted all this effort. Here's some 4 minutes of free time.
But yeah, looking at the rest of the seed, I think the only kindnesses it really gave you was early Dark World access and putting the mirror in Ganon's tower. It could have easily put the mirror anywhere else and just caused huge issues.
Oh, yeah. I was gonna say, having early Tempered really helped fight a lot of the things, and I thought I was actually going through a decent bit of routing getting early Dark World access. So that's why I was like, hey, maybe I got a good shot at getting first. And then with all the deaths and all the bow location nonsense, I was like, nope, it's done.
Just a brief update. Walther did finish off Turtle Rock, and he is back in Ice Palace. All he has to do is kill Cold Stare, and he has his 7 crystals. Unfortunately, he is in one-hit KO mode, so he cannot bomb jump to Cold Stare. He has to go through the whole mess.
And thanks for having me, though. I'm gonna go ahead and dip out.
Yeah, well, GG, thanks for joining us.
And GG, thanks for the commentary, and thanks for the tracking.
GG, Scruff.
And yeah, special thanks to all the runners here, Walther, for Rudolph Fahrenheit, Mr. Scruff Ninja Tuna, and Killer App 23. Make sure you follow them and give them your support, especially because they really put in a lot of time, energy, and effort here, and they deserve it. And special thanks to Nilson Alex 92 for joining me on short notice and commentary.
No worries. It's been a pleasure.
And Red RMR for doing the tracking for us. And also thank you to Drossi. I know that he had some connection issues, but thank you for joining me as well.
Well, of course, one thing as well. Thank you, Capitalism, to doing the commentary today.
This seed wasn't very polite, but it certainly was a lot of fun to watch. And we have Walther. He is on Cold Stare right now. He's got some potions. I know that he's got some potions. He's staying up on top right now because if you do that, the icicles don't explode out. So he's trying to be super safe about this.
Yeah, you don't want to do this fight another time because but is this the 3rd time he's doing Cold Stare?
I think it might be like the 4th or 5th, but this is the last time he's doing Cold Stare because he has all 7 crystals now.
Major prompts for Walter 2 sticking out, pulling through, saying to Rudolph, they are truly the champions today.
Yeah. Rudolph is in Turtle Rock trying to get that last item right here before going on to Trinex.
There we go. Walter's going to head up to his Ganon's tower climb, and he's going to be very happy when he finds those clocks in GT. He's been in OHKO mode for a long time now. Alright, so Rudolph is done with Trinex. Walter's entering GT. I think Rudolph doesn't really know where to go now.
I think if I finally found some clocks after all this time, I would probably just take a hit or two just because I could.
Would you really do that? Would you risk doing it?
Well, okay, given the way that I play, it's inevitable.
Oh, you mean like that? Okay. When you look at Walter's heart collection, it's pretty insane how many chests we've opened.
Yeah, I mean, every single runner has high health, which is just the seed further mocking them. I mean, we had 161 out of Killer App, 165 out of Mr. Scruff, and between them they have like 17, 15 hearts, just a ton of hearts here.
It's kind of ridiculous when you think about it, that you're playing OHKO mode and you get more hearts than you would normally get in maybe a normal open mode. Oof, that fairy didn't want to get caught by Walter.
It's okay. He gets that one. Once he does go further up the tower, there is another opportunity for a couple of fairies too. And there, Walther has his big key. He's not going to check any more chests. It looks like he's going straight up.
I think one of our runners in the race said that there was a clock in the big chest of GT.
Rudolph almost to Vitreous. He's getting close, but he has to be very careful.
He needs to be super careful. I think he's been the runner in the for the longest time now in OHKO mode. Only got Pod left though, so it's...
Alright, that's the gauntlet for Walther. And he is going to his second land mo.
And unfortunately, Rudolph takes a death there on Vitreous. There's Trolldorn down for Walter, getting his blue cane.
Great job on that Aga 2 fight for Walther. He is going on to Ganon. About to run out of time, but he does have that blue.
He got well, I think he got one fairy, right?
Yeah, he has one fairy.
Alright, so he should be safe.
Yeah, Walther
Yeah,
is
pretty-
playing this one super safe, but he made it to phase 3, so hopefully he can finish this one out.
I think Walter should be fine.
He has full magic, so that's good. And silver arrows. Thankfully, everyone has silver arrows.
And Rudolph. That room before Vitreous is brutal. Waiting for the lands to go up. He gets a double, I think. There we go. Get your GGs in chat for Walter. He finished off Ganon.
Yep, and Walther finishes off with a official time of 2 hours, 29 minutes, and 27 seconds. He finishes in 6th place. So definitely get your GGs. That was definitely hard fought.
Hard fought, but it gotta be a really good feeling. And we're joined by Walter. GGs.
Yeah, GG's.
So, we have to ask. Escape.
Yeah, I kind of forgot about it. I haven't played normal modes in a while, so I kind of forgot about escaping a thing. I also miscounted my items in Ice Palace. I thought I had all of them, so when Sashola had nothing, I was like, oh, okay, yeah, there must be one item left in Ice Palace. But then when I was in Ice Palace, I was like, wait, there's also escape. I think I legit found the worst way to last location to see.
You were actually the first person to get the bow, though. I will give you credit. You were the first person to find it. We all thought that there was one more item in Mire, and we thought that all the items in Mire had been found, and then you go back in. We're like, is there another item? Where did we forget? And yeah, you were right. That's where it was.
Yeah, I felt so bad about my first dip into Mire, because I forgot I was in 1 AKO mode. And I was like, oh yeah, right, I can't do the spike floor. But maybe that was a good thing, because that led me back there again. But then I died on the way to the boss anyway, so I had to go back again. I think I double dipped at the very least every dungeon except for Swamp, which obviously I don't think anyone went into, because of where the mirror was.
Yeah, we were watching a scene and just going, "Oh, we really hope the mirror is in this location. Oh no, please don't have the mirror here."
Yeah, that would have been kind of gross. I was definitely not hoping to see mirror in Escape because that would have been sad.
When you went for the shovel and all that, we were like, "Oh God, please don't let the mirror be there. Like he will never go to Escape in that case."
Yeah, I had fun though with the scene, even though it was very frustrating at times. My routing kind of led me to being in 1AKO mode a lot more often than it should have been, I think.
I think everyone kind of straddled that line pretty well. There wasn't as much time in the later portion, so everyone was really just hard pressed.
I had so many like weird deaths too. Like there was like so many moments where I legit just laughed because I didn't know what else to do on how I died. Like I walked into a spike for no reason and stuff like that.
I think it was in Ska Woods when you just entered the backside and you were like walking into like everything and died, and it kind of looked funny, but I was like, oh man, he will be pretty frustrated now.
I was kind of in between frustrated. I was like a little bit frustrated first, but after a while I just like started laughing and said, "Oh, how stupid a way it is to die."
Seriously though, good job at. I mean, this was a tough seed. It really didn't coddle you at all. So the fact that you finished it is really a testament.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping there's gonna be some clocks in Turtle Rock. Went there before Ice Pass because I was like, maybe I have to do a 6th attempt of doing Ice Pass in 1AKO mode. Nope.
Well, you did miss one clock in GT at least, because we do know that there was a clock in the big chest of GT.
I was actually thinking about going there. I was like, nah, I'll just climb and hopefully there's one on the way up.
No, but seriously, Walter, GG's, man. You really pulled through.
Yeah, thanks. It didn't feel very good, but I got through it at least. I haven't really played this mode. I played it once before, but yeah, I'm not very used to doing stuff in 1AKO settings.
But Walter, do you have any final thoughts?
Well, thanks for everyone who's hanged out, and thanks for you guys for commentating and tracking.
And thank you so much for running it with us. On that note, we are unfortunately out of time, so we're not going to be able to finish off Rudolph Fahrenheit's run. But I do want everyone to give him a GG in chat as well for doing this. All the runners, in fact. Nilson Alex 92 for co-commentating, Red for also doing the tracking on short notice. But thank you so much for everyone watching as well. This was definitely a lot of fun.
Oh, it was real fun to do commentary with you, Captain Capitalism. It's been a pleasure to do it. And everybody out there watching, thank you guys, and we will see each other next time.